right, guys, here we go. Welcome in. Happy Thursday to you. It's another edition of the Joe Raineri Show brought to you by uwager.eu. It is where America bets. It is certainly where this show bets, and hopefully it is where you are at the very least doing a little bit of line shopping this time of year. As they are all over the place today, some very interesting lines that have been posted here, not only in Major League Baseball, but we've got, second round here in the NHL playoffs, a couple of games going on tonight. Some of those lines don't make any damn sense. We'll go over that. Plus, of course, baseball, it kind of matters whether you're actually paying, like $2, for a team or not. The numbers matter. I mean, whether you want to believe it or not, they actually really do matter, which is why we keep screaming and yelling and telling you guys about UWager, because if you want any sustainable profitability in 2019, especially playing baseball in a 162-game season, you're going to need to get the numbers in your favor, guys. I mean, math is a real thing here. I hate to break it to some to you. It's not just liking the logo or liking one team, because I've always liked them. There's actually some science and math behind it, and the reality is that math tells us, guys, you need to get the right number if you're going to be making a play. And that is why you've got to be able to line shop. Don't think for 1 minute the books aren't pretty smart, and don't think for 1 minute that the books aren't hoping that you're like, I'm not going to bother, and why should I make the effort? Because that's exactly how you get screwed. And I can tell you, and we've been telling you guys for a while now about our friends, as it's stuck there. There we go. We've been telling you for a while now about our friends at UWager, guys. It's an amazing book, offshore. You need an offshore book. Let's be reasonable here, guys, all right? I mean, it's great if you live in one of the states that have gone ahead and you got a local book, but even then, you still need to have options. You still need to be able to go someplace and be able to get another number and see if it's exactly what you got, and that's what UWager offers you right now. Great customer service, great numbers, great lines. And, real easy to put money in and pull money out. So here's the phone number for you. Give it to you like we do every day here, 1-800-UWager, in hopes that you'll pick up the phone. You'll give them that code right there, JRS50. They'll go ahead and kind of put you into that whole elite status thing there, kind of put you in the family, and they'll go ahead and drop that 50% sign-up bonus into your account today. You don't have to open it up with $1 million, guys, all right? Nobody's asking you to take a second mortgage out here. Just put a couple of bucks in there, get it going, get it funded. So when you do the line shopping tonight for San Antonio and Denver, all right, maybe you're not paying out the ass at, minus 120, 125 for a certain number in juice, okay? That's the whole point of line shopping, is putting the numbers in your favor so you can profit at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year. That's what it's all about. Having options is a good thing, especially when it comes to the books, all right? 1-800-UWager, code JRS50. That's 1-800-UWager. Give them the code JRS50. They'll get you all hooked up. All right, guys, loaded here today. Time to meet. I had told you a little bit earlier this week about our guest today, Dr.Chuck, part of the WagerTalk.com family over at SportsMemo.com. You know how we love our peeps there at Wager Talk. We had, of course, Andrew McGinnis, NHL capper, on from Sports Memo this week. And I wanted to, like we always do here on the show, it's pretty important to us to be able to introduce you guys to the people who are doing the work here. There's a lot of shit out there. I mean, let's not sugarcoat it, guys, right? Everyone's a friggin' handicapper these days, right? Everyone's so smart, just posting pics everywhere. They never lose. Well, the reality is there are really good cappers that you could utilize and that you can partner up with. Unfortunately, they're getting drowned out there because of these types of people. So what we want to do is give you a chance to get to know these guys so you can start making some smart, sports investing decisions, because unless you've got 100 hours a week to dedicate to analytics and numbers and trends and angles, you're probably best getting a little help, right? Where's the shame in that, in aligning yourself, partnering with, and utilizing the knowledge of guys that are in the trenches, doing the grind every damn day? That's what we do here. We try to introduce you to these guys. I want you to meet them. I want you to hear from him. I want you guys to head over to sportsmemo.com. You guys know that. I mean, Teddy Covers is there at sportsmemo.com. It's part of the Wager Talk family, guys. These guys are killing it. And as always, I've used Dr. Chuck before, okay? You guys know this about me. I wouldn't bring anybody here on the show unless I've actually spent my own money working with them, and I have. And the guy has been absolutely balling this year. I love the way he breaks down games. I absolutely love the way that how he goes about processing it and how he goes about handicapping games. And, of course, the results are even better because he's been killing it here, certainly Major League Baseball as well as the NHL. So we're going to bring him on, introduce him, want you guys to hear from him. He's got 2 games here tonight in Major League Baseball that he's going to review with you guys. He's going to give you his best bets of the night, so you're going to definitely want to hang on for that. That is coming up, but I do want you to write down sportsmemo.com. That is where you can. That's where you can meet him there, Dr. Chuck. He's going to join us here in just a minute. Also, our friends from TrendyBets.com. Another 2-0 night last night for them. So we will. We'll give you another couple of free picks from them. 6-0 on the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 6-0. Two a day. One NBA, one Major League Baseball. Another one is coming down the pike for you. We also have the latest as far as the numbers go, the trends go for tonight's NBA playoff game. Where is the sharp money, right? Follow the money. We say it all the time, guys. It's not that hard. The sharps aren't going to win all the time, but you know what? They're going to win most of the time. They're certainly going to win more times than the public is. So where is the sharp money going? Is it on the spread? Is it on the total? Well, we've got the numbers for you tonight. San Antonio, Denver, you might be a little bit surprised what the sharps are thinking here tonight. I'll give you the full numbers there. That is coming up. Also, a couple of lines that make absolutely no sense in the NHL. 2 games here tonight. Stars, Blues getting ready for their best of 7, as well as the Blue Jackets, who seemed like they won a month ago. Blue Jackets getting ready to take on the Boston Bruins, who had a grueling 7 games there against the Maple Leafs. So all of that, plus the NFL draft. It's a monster night. We'll start off with Major League Baseball. We'll talk to Dr. Chuck here in a minute. But first, I want to remind you guys, I want to thank our friends at Miami Acura for supporting us and sponsoring us here. And, we talk about how well numbers are and how important they mean. Well, nobody knows numbers better than Miami Acura, because if you are in the market for a new or certified or used car, yeah, you're going to want to get the right number, and that's exactly what they do at Miami Acura. They specialize in giving people the right numbers. Nobody wants to overpay juice for a play. Well, nobody wants to overpay for their car either. So do yourself a favor. All right, South Dixie Highway, Palmetto Bay. Those of you in the 305, go take a test drive there. Go see what they got going on. For the rest of you, it's very simple. MiamiAcura.com is where you go. Check them out. The online deals, and it doesn't have to be an Acura, guys. It's great if you'd like one, whether it be purchasing or leasing. But the hundreds of cars that they have, certified pre-owned vehicles, used cars, all makes and models on the lot at prices you never thought possible. Plus, they come with guarantees. Plus, I'm telling you, if you're going to shop numbers, you got to go to MiamiAcura.com, all right? Go, get your car, find it, all right? Then come. Don't do anything until you visit MiamiAcura.com. Go see Deborah and the crew at Miami Acura. I'm telling you, tell them here that you want to make it rain over there at Miami Acura. They'll take care of you. They'll put you in the car you've always wanted, only they'll do it at a price you guys never thought possible. That's what they do there at Miami Acura. So visit them today, MiamiAcura.com. That is MiamiAcura.com. All right, coming up here in just, and what do we got? About 20 minutes here. Coming up in about 20 minutes, we'll go ahead and get you caught up here with our TrendyBets.com plays of the day, as well as the latest sharp money. Where is it going? Who are they betting on tonight? We'll tell you that. But first, let's get Dr. Chuck going on here. All right, guys, welcome in here on our quest to continue to bring you nothing but the best. We turn to our friends from WagerTalk.com, part of the SportsMemo.com family here. Is our friend Dr. Chuck, and he is new to the show. And if you guys haven't had a chance yet to get to SportsMemo.com, my suggestion, get over there. Not right now, but as soon as we're done here, make sure you head over to SportsMemo.com. Make sure you check out Dr. Chuck. He joins us via the Miami Acura hotline. And Doctor, can I call you Doctor? Is that okay, my man?
Absolutely.
There it is. Doctor it is. All right, Dr. Chuck, talk to us here. Give us a little bit of a background, man. Where you come from, how long you've been capping, all of that good stuff.
Excellent. Well, it's great to be here, Joe. I just got on with Sports Memo through Wager Talk beginning of March. I'd been negotiating with them for a little bit before then and started on March 1st. officially right in the midst of March Madness and leading up to the playoffs of NHL and NBA. And I've been doing side stuff. I hadn't done anything official until then, and done some things at pregame. Was not selling picks, but giving out picks, doing free picks on Twitter, etc.
Okay.
Been capping on the side, 12 to 15 years, and always been into sports. Kind of a sports fanatic, kind of that annoying guy that always was reeling off stats and going a little overboard with things like that. Decided that I was told by one of my coworkers that I should probably focus some of that energy in this direction. I had never thought of that, and so I started doing that, and it's kind of blossomed into something that I'm hoping to make eventually a career out of.
It's awesome stuff, guys, and you guys know that everyone we bring on the show here, we have an opportunity actually to utilize and to work with. And the numbers don't lie. Dr. Chuck, your record this year, certainly in baseball, and let's point that out right now. You do cover a few sports, and we always tell people, be a little weary of the guy that's great with Australian football, NBA, WNBA, baseball, wrestling. There's only so many hours in a day that you can be really good at handicapping sports, and we're kind of right in your wheelhouse right now, aren't we, this time of year?
You are, yeah. I've kind of expanded over the years. I was more of a college football, kind of probably how everybody gets their start, shoot for the weekends, and kind of expanded into areas where, it's funny, they'll call people like us degenerates when you want to bet on a game that starts midnight Eastern in a West Coast Conference college basketball game, and I'm thinking, that's not a degenerate. That's a smart person that's not betting on Kentucky, North Carolina at 6 p.m. It's the games you got to delve in, find advantages.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. What do you mean Horizon League? What the hell's the Horizon League?
Yeah, exactly. And so same kind of thing with baseball. Football is the same as always. Like you're going to get more bets on Yankee games and things like that, but you got to dig deeper in and find advantages and look for edges rather than just finding a game that everybody's going to watch and put out a pick on that.
Dr. Chuck joining us. SportsMemo.com is where you guys can get him, and I would suggest you guys not only tail him on Twitter, great stuff coming out there at Dr. Chuck RX, but make sure you head over to SportsMemo.com. Packages available. You can see a list of his plays, everything fully documented, fully transparent there at SportsMemo.com. Everyone's got a little different approach when they go, especially this time of year during baseball season, Dr. Chuck. Talk to us. How analytical do you get? Are you more of a trends and angles guy? Are you all about contact rate? Are you about, how do you approach, especially in April, early on, the Major League Baseball season?
Yeah, it's actually, I find it to be tough to kind of get into the mode early in the season, and April is usually a bit of a slog, but I like to, just keep grinding. Don't change it up if you hit a couple bumps in the road. Luckily, it's turned around for us pretty quick, and we've had a really good couple weeks here. I like to meld both of the aspects that you say. I definitely look towards the analytics, especially on the betting aspect, because I don't think that, not even all of baseball, let alone all of the public, is caught up on that. I don't think Vegas has the interest to do so until more people do as well, because there's no reason to if the edge is going to be such a small percentage. I like to look where the numbers that we've used for decades and centuries in baseball don't actually add up. Specifically, like you said, contact rate, swing and miss rates for pitchers, field independent pitching specifically as it compares to ERA. I also like to use trends, though. I will try and find a trend that I like in a game and see how I can meld it with what else I use. If it doesn't quite match up and it spits out a couple of different sides, then that won't be something I focus on. I definitely want them to match up as far as that goes. For instance, one of the systems that I use, at least have posted so far, and it's gone pretty well, is specifically an ERA versus fielding independent pitching numbers. The FIP, as I use, is just like an ERA scale.
Okay.
And so when you find a pitcher like a Carlos Carrasco who has an ERA in the double digits but an FIP of 3, he's going to be someone you want to back because he's had a lot of bad luck. Similarly, fly ball, ground ball rate, home run versus fly ball rate, which is always going to kind of come back to even. And so you want to look for those kind of advantages with a pitcher and apply it to the other things you use to cap for a specific game.
What are your thoughts here, Dr. Chuck, joining us, sportsmemo.com. What are your thoughts? Listen, you and I probably both know a lot of guys that if I asked them to name somebody on a baseball team, they would look at me. They couldn't name anybody. They couldn't name a number. Like, they couldn't do anything because all they concentrate on is the market. All they concentrate on is the numbers. And for a lot of guys, sometimes that's the edge they need because they kind of have separated themselves from any of the, the personal feelings about a team one way or the other. All they care about is the numbers. How much do you look at the markets, monitor the markets, and go, well, this team opened up at plus 110, and now all of a sudden they're minus 120. What the hell happened here? I mean, how much are you following the sharp money in these markets?
Extensively, yes. It's definitely a very important part of capping because what I noticed early on is I had and have still a lot of allegiances, and that allegiance causes feelings about other teams in certain sports, and you really have to separate that type of stuff because you're going to really get yourself into a mind disaster if you take emotional feelings into account and then you eliminate things like sharp money. I mean, one of the things you need to remember, even especially when you're looking at a sport that's not as highly bet like a baseball, because of just the glut of games and the length of a season and just the more confusion with baseball, because when people think of betting, they think of football and they think of lines, and in baseball you're picking a winner, and it's a little more confusing. You're picking an over-under and a winner, and you can pick one of the two teams to win by 2 or keep it within 1 run, and so they don't quite understand it.
Right.
So when a line moves, like in your example, when it flips a favorite and moves from a 110 to a minus 120, it's going to be sharp money.
Yes.
Moving that.
Right.
And so I would want to look to that side and maybe see if I could find something to back why that move and why the money was on that side, situationally or analytically, change, weather, something like that.
Right. There's got to be a reason it's happening, not just, and that's the thing that we guard against a lot here on the show, and especially the guys that we talk to, is like you don't want to just do something to do something, guys. If you want to have long-term success in this, and you know this, Dr. Chuck, like if you want long-term success, profitability here, you're talking about an industry that even the very best are wrong 45% of the time. You're not going to have that in any other industry in the world. You wouldn't even have a job. But, there's got to be a reason why it's going somewhere. Like, there has to be a reason why. And the more that you understand it or can wrap your head around it, the better chance you have of being profitable in the long run. Isn't that really what we're all looking for?
Absolutely. For instance, yesterday we were on a play in Oakland where the total opened at 9 and immediately moved to 9.5, and immediately I had red flags because over the past, let's call it 5 years, a total in Oakland has only been above 9, I think, a single-digit % of the time. And you look how quick it moved, and the money. Find that I like to look at the weather report as soon as I can, as early in the morning, and the wind is blowing out at double-digit miles per hour into right center field, and looks like it's going to be an overplay. And so you try and get on that as quick as possible. We got it at 9. I still like the 9.5, but you got to kind of you question: is this something where they're trying to get us to go the other way, or is this something where they just couldn't put the number high enough and we need to go over anyway?
Yep, exactly it. Trying to get to the bottom line, and we talk about this all the time here, guys. Listen, you're talking to Dr. Chuck here is a guy that's spending 60, 70, 80, 90 hours a week here diving into it. You're checking weather reports in the morning. We all notice, like, you guys got jobs, you got kids, you got families, you got wives, girlfriends, or you live in your mom's basement, whatever the hell it is. The bottom line is you don't have 90 hours a week to be able to dive into this stuff, which is why being able to utilize guys like Dr. Chuck and the roster at sportsmemo.com, Wager Talk. You want to be profitable. If you're in this to make some money, whether it be a side income or you want to do it full time, there's no shame in going, you know what, don't be the smartest dude in the room here, guys, all right? If you are, find another room. We tell you that all the time. And one of the guys, one of the rooms you want to go into absolutely is here at sportsmemo.com with Dr. Chuck. Now, help us walk us through here today. It's an abbreviated version. I think we've already got a couple of games getting ready to go off here, early games. But walk us through a game here tonight. I know, how about Cleveland-Houston, for instance? That game tonight, Bauer doesn't like Houston, thinks they're all cheaters. He's going on the mound. Garrett Cole on the mound tonight. I mean, this should be fascinating tonight. Kind of walk us through what you think here with Cleveland and Houston tonight.
Yeah, it's an excellent pitching matchup, and I look to a couple of trends that I have found. It looks to be like the weather's calm and normal, and the roof will stay open, and so there's probably not going to be a lot of aspect to looking for any advantage on the weather aspect. Trevor Bauer has improved his pitching arsenal over the last couple years. He kind of threw some terrible sinker, didn't work out, ground ball rate, didn't even get above 50%, and he kind of has worked with his pitching coach to get a different aspect. He's, looking a much better last year, probably would have been a contender for some awards at the end of the year if he didn't get injured, and has increased his swing and miss percentage up into the 13th percentile, and that's held over into this season. So the trend I'm looking at is that a pitcher in his last game who struck out double-digit batters facing a team who in their previous game only struck out a couple of times. Mm-hmm. The record in those games in the past 5 years is 10-5 straight up, but 12-1 on the run line when they're a dog.
Ooh.
And return on investment on that's 50%. So that's going to be something that I'm looking to bet. Garrett Cole's not easy to go against, especially since his ERA is a little inflated compared to his FIP. But usually when a team strikes out less, it's because of the pitcher and not because of the team.
Right.
Most teams kind of trend towards the same amount. And Bauer having struck out 10 guys last game is most likely to keep that up in his next start. And so I look to back them, especially on the run line, where they've won 12 out of 13 in that spot.
And you like that. And I do think, right, the Indians I think have gotten a little healthier. Lindor's back in, right? Ramirez is hitting a little more. So, not only do you got maybe the edge in the pitching matchup there, the trends and angles, but they're not the same team they were a couple of weeks ago. They're a little healthier, and they're scoring a few more runs now than they have early on in the season.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not to mention, it's not that Houston isn't probably going to continue to be a world beater for years, but, that rough start followed by just, unbeatable nature is kind of plateauing a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so look to back a team coming in to face them that's just about as good as them, especially record-wise and maybe health-wise. And so probably an extremely inflated line is something like, it's almost close to minus 150, I think.
Yes.
And you're going to get Trevor Bauer in a situation like that. It's going to be pretty beneficial.
Yeah, interesting. Also, keep in mind, I believe the roof is going to be open there, which is another fact that, these are things handicappers like you guys, you need to think about. It's not just who's the starting pitcher, who do I like. I mean, that roof being open is a big deal, especially on a balmy Houston day where we could start to see some balls, especially with these juice balls, launch angles. Guys, that's got runs written all over it. So that, you mentioned weather reports. That's a pretty important part of what you're looking at here in each game.
It is, absolutely. Yeah, and Cole, as far as if we're talking about juice balls flying out of that park, Garrett Cole has had a pretty rough start to the season and a rough couple of years as far as home run to fly ball rate. If he's giving up some fly balls, he's going to be giving up some home runs. Yeah. So that will help as far as backing the Indians, especially if we're just trying to keep it within a run.
All right, you like run line tonight with the Indians against the Astros in Houston there. Is there another game that you had circled on the board here?
you still on back to that game just for a sec. You do have to lay a little bit more than I would like. It's probably minus 150, 160 on that line. I would probably do a smaller, more like a pizza bet on the straight up line too, because I do like the Indians to. I would lean towards the Indian winning this game. Probably not enough not to back the run line more, but yeah, I would go with that.
Well, let's see what
as far as another game on the slate, I like backing the Mariners. The Mariners just got embarrassed in San Diego by a rookie pitcher who shut them out.
Yeah,
and in a spot like that, off of a shutout in the first game of the series against a divisional foe.
Yeah.
Looking to see what that record is.
Chris Paddock made him look stupid. He really did. Yeah, and they only won 1-0. But I mean, kudos to him. But wow, Seattle.
Yeah, in teams in the division that have a better winning percentage, they're 19-7 the last 26.
Oh.
So I think laying the money on the Mariners is probably going to be they'll get back there. You know, they have an actually solid offense. He did make them look silly, but it's unlikely to keep up for a second straight game. I would think that'd probably be an easy one. The return on investment on the run line on that too, laying the 1.5 is actually 30% as well. So that might be worth a look. Both of them are well into the plus 25% return on investment. So both solid looks there, the straight up or the run line.
And they got a spot start going on with Texas tonight. I think Hearn is a lefty's going up against Gonzalez for Seattle. All right.
Against Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are waiting for Gonzalez, for the other shoe to drop on Gonzalez, but it might just be that he's, up and coming stud.
Okay. Yep. So, again, things to keep in mind here, guys, as you're moving along. Another thing that you want to keep in mind is getting over to sportsmemo.com. Make sure you check out Dr. Chuck's page here. It's right there, guys. The plays are there. The history, the transparency. Fine, don't take my word for it. Go see it for yourself. Been absolutely on fire here over the last few weeks, and you can see what's going on there. He's got write-ups. He's got free plays. You got to follow him on Twitter, too, as well. Make sure you're tailing there at Dr. Chuck RX. And I got to tell you, Dr. Chuck, this has been great, man. Love being able to talk baseball. Love being able to talk handicapping with you. We appreciate your time. I hope you'll come back on the show again, man. Hang out with us and try to make us all a little smarter and a little more profitable here in 2019.
Absolutely. Let's all cash together, and I will gladly be back soon.
That's what I'm talking about. Dr. Chuck, sportsmemo.com, guys. Get there today. Dr. Chuck's page. Plays are available. Invest in yourself. Invest in him. Get the right guys in your corner. All right, great stuff, Dr. Chuck. Want to thank him very much. And again, guys, don't forget, make sure that you are tailing Dr. Chuck on Twitter, at Dr. Chuck RX on Twitter, and, of course, over at sportsmemo.com. He's got a free play up at sportsmemo.com. Check out his page there. You guys are going to be very interested to see who he likes tonight in one of the NHL games. It is up. The write-up is there. Get to know him. One of the better cappers around, guys. That is Dr. Chuck, sportsmemo.com. All right, coming up here in just a minute, we'll visit with our friends, trendybets.com. 6-0 here on the show this week. One Major League Baseball play, one NBA play, and they've been doing that all week. They won 2 on Monday, 2 yesterday, 2 Tuesday, 2 yesterday. They got 2 more for you coming up today. We'll go ahead and get you caught up with whatever that is, but we do want to remind you, again, it's all about line shopping here, guys. If you haven't done so already, we've been telling you about our friends at YouWager, right? You need a sports book that you can rely upon to use as an alternate. You need to be able to line shop. What is that book? It is youwager.eu. It's who we use. It's who we recommend. Why? Because we can trust them, guys. That's why. Because we know when we put money in, we can pull money out. And we know we get some of the best pricing in the market right now. Very competitive. You don't pay through the ass for juice. Okay? You've got to have the options, guys, to be able to get the best number on no matter what the game is you're looking. What does that mean? It means you got to call 1-800-UWAGER. That's 1-800-UWAGER. Give them the code JRS50. They'll drop in that 50% sign-up deposit bonus match right now. That's 1-800-UWAGER. Go ahead, guys. Don't be afraid. You can do it. I know you can do it. 1-800-UWAGER. Drop it in, guys. Operators are standing by. Just talked to them a little while ago. They're ready to go. It doesn't have to be $1 million. Just got to go ahead, put a few bucks in there so you can go ahead and get it all squared away and get the account open so you can start shopping. Guys, that's what it's all about. There is no way that you guys are going to be able to profit at the end of a 162-game baseball season here if you're not betting the right numbers. Give yourself the best chance to profit. Go get the right numbers. Go line shop. 1-800-UWAGER. 1-800-UWAGER. The code is JRS50. All right, they'll get you all hooked up over there. Let's get you hooked up with our friends from TrendyBets.com. Let's take a look at their free plays here today. Again, 6-0 thus far this week. Who are they looking at in Major League Baseball? Well, they're looking at the Braves and the Reds. Castillo going against Tehran tonight in Cincinnati, rather. Looks to be a little wet weather going on in this game tonight, but don't let it fool you. Castillo, for as good as he has been for the Reds, he's also been just atrocious for the Braves. They are the one team that has owned his ass here over the last few starts. So do expect some runs, apparently, according to our friends at Trendy Bets. Laying 141 right now. Cincinnati opened up. The total is still 9. I think it bounced at 8.5, but I'm pretty sure it's still 9. What do we know? Well, we know the over is 4-1 in the Braves' last 5 games versus right-handers. We also know the over is 5-0 in Tehran's last 5 starts overall. He has been kind of getting lit up here, right? The over is 7-3 in Castillo's last 10 starts. During Game 3 of a series, as well as the over being 6-2 in the last 8 meetings in Cincinnati. Your TrendyBets.com free play baseball guys. They're 3-0 in MLB so far. One a day they've given you since Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Here's their 4th one. They're looking over. Braves, Reds tonight. All right, now let's check out what they like in the NBA, and let's look where they're going. And that is absolutely the wrong game. So let's see if we can find you the right one here, huh? How about we do this? Boom. There it is. How about this? Let's see if this works. No, that's still the wrong one. So let's try that. There it is. There's the right day. That was another winner from another day earlier this week. Kind of confused me because it's the same damn game. Nuggets at Spurs, guys. San Antonio laying 3. Total is 208.5. The over, 208.5. It looks like that's where Trendy Bets is leaning. Why? Let's look at it. Over, 4-0 in the Nuggets' last 5 road games. The over, 4-1 in the Nuggets' last 5 games, following and against the number win there. Over, 9-4 in the Spurs' last 13 games, following a straight-up loss of more than 10 points. They lost by 18 in Game 5, guys. Also the over, 5-2 in the Spurs' last 7 games, playing on 1 day's rest. All right, there you go. Tonight, the NBA action. Nuggets, Spurs. Take a look at that over, guys. 208.5. And let me just take a look at the numbers. Make sure that we are still there. And what am I looking at right now? 8 o'clock start here tonight. All right. We know this opened up at 2.5. It was pushed to 3. It was pushed back to 2.5. It is back at -3 again for San Antonio. An awful lot of public dollars coming in on the over right now here. The over opened up at 208.5. It has been pushed up, actually. This has been pushed up to 210 in a lot of places. 210 is the number. What does that tell me? That tells me there's an awful lot of money coming in on the over here at 208.5. So not a lot of people feeling this thing is going to go under here. So lot of blowback there, a lot of liability on the over right now. So they're hoping the books. That's why they moved the number up to 210 from 208.5. That's not Joe Public money here, guys. Somebody's going in on the over. So it looks like they're hoping to maybe push some action back, get a little of the under going, kind of even things out. But that is where we're at. So Trendy Bets is not alone here tonight. Looking at this, they love the over 208.5. It's actually 210. So go ahead and, act accordingly. I will say this about the spread. All right, taking a look at the numbers right now. A lot of sharp action coming in on this game. 8 o'clock tonight, we told you. What do we got going on? Well, we know the Spurs, 3-point favorites. They're at home. They're also $1.50 on the money line. When you put those numbers together, guys, trust me when I tell you it implies that there's about a 60% chance that the Spurs are going to win this game and force a Game 7. And I can also tell you this. There's an awful lot of people feel very comfortable laying the 3 points at home with San Antonio. They're not worried about they're not worried like Orlando or Brooklyn laying down when things get tough and somehow or another going to get blown out. No, it doesn't look like any of these bettors feel that way. A lot of money coming in here. In fact, 62% of the spread bets, 64 actually as I'm looking, are behind San Antonio. But of that 64%, how many of them are sharps, guys? Well, when we crunch the numbers down, I can tell you that the -3 that you're getting right now, it opened up at -2. It's at -3. That is with the amount of action coming in on San Antonio, and it's not moving the number all that much. That's a result of sharp. That's sharp money coming in on the Spurs, guys. A lot of it came in on yesterday. A lot of steam came in yesterday. You got a little bit more today. So understand that. The Sharps tend to agree that this is going to go 7 games. There isn't an awful lot of buyback on Denver here. At least we haven't seen it to this point. If the line moves, by the way, back to 2.5, I would anticipate you're going to see even more sharp money come in, buy it back up to -3. So a lot of money, a lot of sharp money, a lot of steam coming in. A lot of consensus. Sometimes, Joe Public and the Sharps, they agree. Sometimes it happens, very rarely, but sometimes it happens. And it looks like they're all on the same page here. Not a lot of buyback right now. 67% of the bets on the over. That's representing 69% of the money. And we've just watched that, that's pushed up here, guys, now to 210, -210. So a lot of money coming in as of late here on this game, but it does appear as if the sharp money has no problem laying the 3 here, backing San Antonio, anticipating that this is going to go a Game 7 tonight. So keep that in mind. Now, I will tell you this in the NHL games. 2 numbers that, for a lot of people that I have talked to, make absolutely no sense. You got the Blue Jackets and the Bruins here tonight. Blue Jackets are +140 as an underdog. This is a team that has been off for, I don't know, like a month it feels like. This is a team that did away with, the best team in hockey. The Tampa Bay Lightning did away with them. Great goalkeeping. They are well rested. You've got a Bruins team here who is, yes, at home, but went through a grueling 7-game series there with the Toronto Maple Leafs now. Short rest. They haven't had any time. A little tired legs. And somehow or another, the Bruins are -155. The Blue Jackets +140. I can tell you right now, from a betting perspective, from what I'm seeing the numbers, there are a lot of people buying the Blue Jackets here as a underdog. And we already know the underdogs have ruled the NHL playoffs, guys. You may want to keep that in mind. It is also the same situation we are looking at when it comes to our friends over in St. Louis there. St. Louis and Dallas, same situation there. A lot of people scratching their head going, why is St. Louis -$150? Opened up even higher than that. Why is that? Why are the Dallas Stars with Ben Bishop and that entire crew here? They're both pretty much play the same thing, but Dallas is just ferocious. Why are they +140? So there is a lot of, and the bets are showing it too, guys. There's an awful lot of steam coming in on the underdogs in the NHL tonight. So those, they apparently seem to be favoring not only the Columbus Blue Jackets, but also the Dallas Stars. Underdogs ruling the day in the NHL tonight. Keep an eye on that, guys. A lot of people feel the wrong people. Not that they shouldn't be favored, but the numbers on what we got coming in here kind of don't make any sense. The Sharps are hitting the underdogs here, Columbus as well as Dallas, especially with Ben Bishop in goal. And the more handled, the more money is coming in on the more action, I should say, the handle coming in on Boston, Columbus than Dallas and St. Louis. But I would encourage you, a great write-up from our friend here, Dr.Chuck at SportsMemo.com. Great write-up on this game tonight, Columbus Blue Jackets. You may want to head over to SportsMemo.com. Great breakdown of exactly why, which side he likes and why he likes it. It's a free pick, guys, and you'll see at SportsMemo.com why it is that a lot of people are starting to figure out who Dr. Chuck is here at SportsMemo.com. His record speaks for itself. Go check it out, guys. Not only in Major League Baseball, but also in the NHL. So there you got it, guys. A lot of information here for you. Hopefully, all of it will help you cash a bunch of tickets here today, be real profitable. I'm not even going to get into what the hell is going on with the NFL draft. Here's what I know. You ready? None of us know shit. That's what we know about the NFL draft. I've got a couple of bets on it for the draft just because I'm a degenerate and what the hell else am I going to do? But the reality is it's so funny. Anybody that tells you they have any idea what the hell is going to happen tonight is completely full of shit. Nobody has any idea. I don't even think the damn Arizona Cardinals have any idea what the hell they're going to do until they're on the damn clock and somebody's got to shit or get off the pot. So please don't try to convince me and tell me that you know because this guy said this guy. Listen, the books don't know. All right, they're all over the map with the pricing. They're out of their element. You know, books like data. They like analytics. They like shit they can go back and analyze. They can't analyze, innuendo and rumors and, what the hell do they know what Daniel Schneider's going to do with a book? So it's no wonder why a guy is a minus 2,500 favorite one week and now he's minus 175 today. It's all over the place. So it's a very strange betting market, the draft this is. I know with the sports books in Jersey now opening up, I know there's been a lot of action coming in on props, but 95% of the bets, guys, are from sharps. So, not a lot of value going to happen here because you know how easy it is to push the market on these prop bets in the draft. And what do I mean by that is you're going to have sharps right now in Vegas and other places betting $500 on a prop. You know what's going to happen? They're going to push they're going to push it to the point where it's ridiculous now because the bookmakers out of their element are going to panic and all of a sudden they're going to take all of the possibility of value out of the play for you and it's going to become unvaluable now because one guy bet $200. I'm watching it all damn week happen. It's happening even more today. So it'll be fun to watch. I don't happen to think that Kyler Murray is going to go one. I think there's going to be some pandemonium. I think there's going to be trades out the ass. I don't think anything is going to happen the way everyone thinks it's going to happen. There's even more shit about Nick Bosa coming out, about his tweets, and it's a mess. So I think I'm going to just grab the popcorn, kick back, and laugh my ass off as it all unfolds tonight. But kudos to the NFL for once again being must-watch TV. They've done a great job promoting the draft here. We've done a great job in the media, of course, pushing the narratives and convincing everyone that we know exactly what the hell is going to happen when the reality is we don't know shit. None of you know shit. Nobody knows anything. But it's fun. Yeah, we're degenerates, so we like to bet on things. That's what happens. It'll be a good time. Makes the draft that much more interesting. Tomorrow, of course, Make It Rain, as well as the morning after, me and Gabe Morency on the Fantasy Sports Radio Network. We will have you covered. Invite you guys. Download the app if you haven't done so. It is free. If you want to profit not only in sports, but, of course, DFS, nobody has got you covered like we do at the Fantasy Sports Radio Network, seen on TVs and cable companies around the country, as well as radio stations heard around the country. But it's a free app, guys. We get to you for free, whether it be your smart home advice, Google, Facebook, Amazon, whatever it may be. Just tell them, say, let me hear the Fantasy Sports Radio Network. Starts at 6 a.m. We'll make it rain for you right through the noon with the morning after me and Gabe Morency. But download the app, guys. It is free. Make sure you head over to sportsmemo.com. Get going with Dr. Chuck there. Check out his free NHL play tonight, and more importantly, the breakdown. Not only why he likes to pick, not only who he likes, but why he likes to pick. Because ultimately, if any of us are planning on being, profitable this year, sustained profitability, it doesn't help if you're just playing blindly what other people tell you to play without any idea why it is they're telling you that, right? Don't you think it would be smart to go, well, I don't understand. Why did somebody open up as a favorite at -3, but now they're at -5? Like, what's going on? Got to be a reason for it, right, guys? So the more we know, we say it, knowledge is power, right? The more we know, the better off we will be. The smarter sports investing decisions, of course, and the longer profitability that we will have. It starts with not being the smartest dude in the room. It starts with surrounding yourself with some of the best professional handicappers in the business, okay? Guys that'll walk you through and explain how they deducted what they deducted and why they're picking what they're picking. That's the whole point of it. Guys like Dr.Chuck, the whole Sports Memo crew, Teddy Covers, all the guys at Wager Talk. That's what it's all about, guys. Weeding through the shit, finding the guys that are actually doing the grind, guys like TrendyBets.com. That's what it's all about. So I invite you guys, follow them, tail them, okay? Let them know. like these videos, okay? Retweet them, subscribe, do all that happy horse shit. Knowledge is power, guys. The more people we can reach, the more profitable we can come. Remember, it's not Dr. Chuck versus you. It's not me versus, Ralph Michaels. No, it's all of us versus the sports books. There's somebody with the money, and then there's the rest of us trying to get the damn money, okay? It's not a competition. We're all in the same boat. So collectively, if we come together, we got a better chance of actually taking the money from the sports books. That's what it's all about. So embrace these guys, all right? Embrace the sportsmemo.com crew. Embrace Wager Talk. Embrace guys that are doing it. Trendybets.com. Our friend, the Sports Cake CEO, Jay. Embrace these guys. What a bet he's got tonight. I will tell you this, so you guys can have he sent me this earlier. Jay, the Sports Cake CEO on Twitter. Make sure you're tailing him. He's also got tonight, 7 p.m. live, his Kegcast on YouTube. Make sure you follow him, the Sports Keg. He's got a couple of plays here tonight, guys, you're going to want to know in the draft, which he is convinced, and that's what I love about him. But not only is he convinced, he's putting a few dimes behind his convinciveness here. He loves these, all right? And he's actually putting his money where his mouth is. He sent me the ticket. So his 2 big plays tonight for about 3 dimes each. Haskins goes before Locke, minus 145. And Haskins' second quarterback taken at plus 110. All right? Now, if you need me to do the math, that's 6 dimes, guys, on those two picks here tonight. So that's what I love about the Sports Cake CEO is he doesn't just bullshit and tell you this is who I got. He actually puts his money behind it. So he's got 6 dimes tonight riding on Haskins being high up there in the draft. And if it is, beers are going to be on him, that's for sure. That's why I would encourage you guys, head over to Twitter at the Sports Keg CEO. Go tail him, guys. He's going to be on his YouTube Kegcast tonight. If that happens, if Haskins goes like number 3, like Washington moves up, trades with the Jets and goes, there's not going to be any controlling him tonight live on air. That's going to be hilarious to watch. And more importantly, if it goes the other way, oh, man, that's going to be even better to watch. Either way, it's must-watch, video streaming there with the Kegcast on YouTube. So make sure that you guys are subscribing to the page and follow them there. Love that, Jay. Good luck to you. Good luck to all of you guys here tonight. Again, thanks to Trendy Bets. Thanks to Dr. Chuck, sportsmemo.com. Tomorrow, the man. Don't forget, we got Kentucky Derby coming up. Marco D'Angelo, wagertalk.com. The man, okay? The horse guy is going to be joining us here, getting you ready for the Derby. Everything that you need to know about horse racing and how to go ahead and win, not only at the Derby, the Preakness, and, of course, the Belmont as we move along here through Triple Crown season. We've got you covered, all right? uwager.eu. Make sure you guys get there. Make sure you guys have a good night tonight. Enjoy, all right? I'm going San Antonio money line. I think there's going to be a Game 7. I'm taking both underdogs in the NHL. I'm not even going to pretend to tell you what's going to happen in the draft. I'm just going to kick back. I'm rooting for the Sports Keg CEO. I'm hoping Haskins goes high so he can clear house and he can, of course, buy the dinners from here on out. Thank you, Dr. Chuck, Sports Memo, Trendy Bets. Thank you guys for making us a part of your day. Come back and join us again tomorrow, right around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll go ahead, Marco D'Angelo, we'll go ahead and be talking some horse racing, helping you guys profit one day at a time. Starts tonight. Good luck tonight, guys. We will talk to you tomorrow. It is the Joe Raineri Show. Thanks very much, guys. Good luck to you.